gardening friends, it's Mary from Rocky Mountain Gardens, and today I thought I would share with you a look at my back porch and how I have it decorated. So I'm going to turn the camera around here in a minute and give you a little tour. But before I do, I thought I'd answer a question I have had from some people, some friends, and they have always wanted to know how I got into gardening and how I developed my large backyard garden. Well, I moved here to Colorado 20 years ago, and over the course of my lifetime I did a lot of gardening as I moved from place to place, but everything had to be small because I knew I wasn't there permanently. And so when I was able to buy this house all those years ago, in 1997 actually, I decided that I would go ahead and gradually turn my yard into one large garden. And I'm just self-taught. I do a lot of research and of course a lot of trial and error with plants and learning about our harsh climate here in the Rocky Mountains, which plants could survive our winters. And when I say winters, I'm not talking only temperatures. I'm talking about our harsh, drying winds. They're called desiccating winds that really harm plants in the wintertime, things like that. So over time, experimenting, learning which plants will survive and thrive, which ones just can't make it. And I've compiled a list of plants that I've had success with here. And actually I have a Pinterest page, maybe I'll link it here, which you can go to for that list. And my Pinterest page is organized by boards, and each board is a different growing situation or different type of plant. So I have best trees and bushes, a board for that. I have a board for sunny or sun-loving perennials, shade-loving perennials, and everything's divided. And you can count on the fact that those plants are all no higher, I guess, in temperature requirements than zone 4. Okay, so I will switch the camera now and move toward my little tour of my back porch, which is very enjoyable space for me and my family. And I hope you enjoy the little tour. Thanks. See you in a minute. Bye-bye. Here's a little glimpse of my back porch in the evening. I thought you might enjoy seeing this with my lights. These are just normal Christmas lights that I bought last year, actually at Christmas time. And I have this lovely lantern with stained glass, blue colored stained glass. And then my Christmas lights just go all along this upper edge of my porch. And I can really enjoy being out here in the evening. It's just lovely. And you can see I have my little bistro table here, and my pots and everything, but this is a wonderful way to get some lovely atmosphere on your porch for a very inexpensive cost. Last year at Christmas time, I looked specifically for lights that had white wires so that it would go along here with all the white on my porch. Give it a try. These Christmas lights are a great way to add a lot of atmosphere in the summertime to your porch. I am starting here at the entry to my porch. So here you can see the steps going up, and I'm going to walk on up. I just had my porch redone about 2 years ago, and I had this really nice Trex flooring put in, totally maintenance free, just wonderful. And then I had wrought iron railing put in too, which requires no painting or staining. And I sure do love no maintenance, maintenance free. Starting here, I have a little welcome sign and a pot with some coleus and some begonias. Even though my back porch faces south, because I have a roof over my porch, I'll give you a little view of that here. And I have a lovely fan that cools everything off in the summertime when it does get warm. But with the roof over my porch, it is much shadier, in fact, very deep shade. And so I have had to change my plants from my sun-loving annuals that I used to plant out here to shade-loving. So I have an angel wing begonia here and some plectranthus. And this plectranthus looks kind of plain, but actually, see if I can get you a look. I love these leaves because they have a very pretty purple underside. Adds a little extra interest. And then here you can see my bird cage that I planted and showed you on a video a few days ago. And I have a nice little couch here, and I chose these turquoise colors because to me turquoise says summer. And this is just an enjoyable little seating area where we can come out and have a nice lemonade or a cool, refreshing adult beverage. Then I have this little wooden shelf, and I have brought out some of my houseplants from indoors to spend the summer out here, such as this tall sansevieria. You maybe know it as mother-in-law's tongue. This little crystal is a sandstone crystal that a friend gave me from one of her trips. And then I have a pothos from my house, now outdoors here, and a few other little decorations, a basket and so on. I always like to buy a majesty palm for the summer for this corner of my porch. It just adds a little tropical interest, and I can pretend sometimes like I'm at the beach. Okay, then we'll turn around here for 2 additional chairs. More seating. And on this side of my porch, now these plants do get some sunlight, so I was able to plant, I believe this is a bubblegum pink supertunia, and I have some alyssum in here which had bloomed earlier, and it is just now beginning to rebloom. It has some little tiny white blooms, and hopefully I'll get lots more here in the next week or so. And then I have this very comfortable bistro table, and I brought out another one of my sansevierias to be out on my bistro table, little decor. This is a wonderful place to come out in the morning for breakfast. It's cool, and I have a view of the mountains. It's just delightful. Then here in this corner, I have another planting with shade-loving plants, and I have another plectranthus, which is doing quite well here. a little coleus. This is a Dracaena. Does well in the shade. And this is a Rex begonia and has really gorgeous color. I do love that plant. I'm going to try to pull this, pot it up, and bring it indoors for the winter and try to save its little life over the winter. On this pot, I have some sweet potato vine, diamond frost euphorbia, and another supertunia, which is not doing so well with its blooming right now. And I thought I'll try to give you a look at my view of the mountains here. Let's see if they're visible for you at all. Well, I'm going to try to let that focus here. See if it gets into focus for you. It's not doing very well, is it? But that is Pikes Peak from my deck. And I'm sorry it's out of focus. I think I'll insert a photograph of it in focus so you can enjoy the view also. So that's the tour of my back porch. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Happy July. Goodbye.